Okay, and I'm recording again there. So, do you want to take a look at the game itself? So, I think it'd be best if I host the game so people can see how it actually works. So, to host the game, you have to go into CrimeNet. And basically, you have all these beeps showing up on your screen. And there's varying jobs like very hard, the payout on it, and what have you. And yeah, it's thing. And there's also how many people are needed for that job and what have you. So it's kind of good.
It's not how many people are needed, it's how many people are in. You have 4 little pictures.
Oh, it means how many people are in the lobby on it.
Yeah, if the little people in the pictures are blacked out, it shows that those spots are vacant. If they've got a little picture of a white person. Seems a little racist when I'm saying it, but I don't intend it that way.
Yes, he does.
That's how people
Glucose time, folks. So, how do you actually set up a game with no other players in it?
You have to look for the ones that have no little pictures of people in it.
Okay, we've got one there. Just closed. Jewelry store. Okay, so we're going to do that. Very hard.
This will get a little bit hairy with 2 people, but I think we can try.
Well, probably going to die anyway, so what the hell.
Yeah.
So, we have locate the jewelry store, check the back office for safe, bag, then get the jewelry in the escape car, steal any other valuables in the store. Okay. Are we going to allow drop-in, or play with the team AI?
Probably better with team AI unless you want the public guys joining.
Okay, we go with that one. So, there we go.
What allow drop-in is, it means publics can jump in the game even though we're halfway through the mission. It'll just pause our game and tell us that he's joining. And
that's actually another issue I had with the game. You're in the middle of a firefight and all of a sudden the game's just going to pause while somebody joins.
Yeah,
that's irritating.
Well. It is very irritating. Usually I turn it off when I hosted the game. It's whoever you've joined, you stay until the end, otherwise we're just all going to fail because you're going to leave and stuff and nobody else can join.
That's my thing, like for me, when that happens, I'm like, it breaks all the immersion for me. There you are, shooting a million guys and then all of a sudden, boom.
It does kill the mood a bit, because when you're really intense and it's like, God, this is getting hard, and then suddenly, boom, pause. And you're like, oh.
I don't know, it just seems like a very poor design choice, and a heap of them. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to go into accept, and I'm going to invite yourself, so give me a second.
Now, this is one problem I will admit with the game, the invite system. Now, you can't invite people through the Steam overlay, you have to do it through in-game, which is a little bit annoying.
Thanks for telling me, I just did that. So, there you go.
It's, I'm in now.
I think you accepted the invite from the Steam overlay there. You arrived before I sent the second invite.
Oh, they changed it now.
They must have, yeah.
Yeah, that's recent change then, that is.
I should point out the game has been patched a lot since it was released, and I haven't really played it that much since it's been updated more frequently, so my view might be obsolete in some areas. Do you want to run through the different masks you have actually, Frodo?
Yeah, I've got a few of them. Obviously this is the standard mask that you can't really customise unless you get the infamous mask. Now, the infamous mask you can get the standard masks, but they're plain, and so you can customise them yourself.
Okay. So, can you just run us through like the different masks you have available at the moment?
Yeah, I have this one. This is the jaw. The only thing you'll be cheering from this now is the jaw and the law enforcers, right? That's a discussion. That's the description of it.
Okay. You paint them yourselves, yeah?
Yeah, this one's got plastic material on it, and it's got the bite design in solid blue.
And you designed that yourself, yeah?
Yeah, that was the first mask I ever designed, that one.
Oh, pretty good.
There's this one. This is the hockey mask with red and white. It's plastic material with the Lucky 8 Ball design on it. Now, I was a little bit confused when I first started designing masks. I thought you could only put patterns on top of the plastic material, which you don't have to, which got me a little bit confused. So most of my masks are made out of plastic. Or just a single material, like this one for example, the jaw again. I put it in blood red, but I didn't know I could put a design on it, so I just left it as blood red.
But once you design like a mask that you have, can you redesign it, or is it locked?
No, it's locked.
So you have to find another mask before you can...
Yeah, you can find the same mask as many times as you want, but you can only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 masks in total.
So what happens to the other masks that you find?
Well, when you first find a mask, it goes into sort of a blank inventory which you can have as many as you want, but you can't wear them until you construct them. Which when you construct them, it takes up one of the 7 slots.
But can you delete the ones that are already there?
Yeah, you can sell the mask and you make a bit of money on them. But you can't sell them until you've customized.
And I should point out you can sell them in game. It's not like a market that you can sell to other players.
Yeah, it's only an in-game thing. They are bringing out a trade system where you can trade masks, patterns, and colours.
It just seems like a very redundant system until they do that, because what's the point in designing stuff if you're just going to sell it and it vanishes? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you can find it again, but you don't really want to be selling Infamous stuff. Look at this one. This is the gag ball with the oak design.
Actually, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the first time I made this, the first comment I ever heard on it was from a random guy said that looks pretty damn demonic.
It does. It kind of looks like, the sandbag man.
Yeah. Well, usually that ball is actually pink and it makes it look like a gimp, but
That's pretty good mask, actually.
This one, it's the zipper. This pattern is solid orange with the 2 lines design on plastic material. This one's called the Perfect Stranger. This one's valued at 100.
Kind of looks like the Predator mask.
Yeah, I can't really show you it properly, but on the pattern that's on it, it's called the Overkill. Now that's an Infamous design. It's one I found early on. It's the first Infamous one I found.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You see, what Infamous is, it's basically a rare drop.
So at some stage, it'll probably be on Steam Market that you can sell these.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to do that. I think it's just a strictly in-game trading thing. I don't think real cash will be exchanged for this.
It's a bit unusual. I think they probably should. But anyway, it's Steam, so...
It's a bit sketchy, the information on it at the minute, because they've only just released the announcement they're going to be doing it, so there's no details yet.
Okay, so we've taken a look at all that. It's time we should probably get into a game.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go into Start a Heist. Now, there is a bug I've heard you guys talking about where certain people can't host games.
Yeah, it is a bit of a problem. Because it's host to host. It's whoever hosts the game, you connect to them and they connect to you, right? So if the host has a bad connection, everybody's going to suffer for it. Most common problems of this is rubber banding, I call it. I don't know what you call it. It's basically when you're running, you could freeze for a few seconds, you're running on the spot, and then suddenly you just teleport forward.
So a bit like lag.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's rubber banding lag. You move faster or slower depending on the connection. And other common problems is you can't connect. You not only do you connect to the host, but you connect to everybody in the game, right? Now, if one person joins and then, say for example, 80% join and he can't connect, it then kicks some other people out because they can't connect to them. And obviously, if the host leaves, everybody has to be kicked out of the game.
And does that apply to any game? Like, if the host leaves, then everybody leaves?
Yeah.
That's another issue I have with the game. That's so ridiculous, because what's to stop people trolling, setting up games, and then buggering off just before you finish?
That's exactly what they do. I mean, there are people like that. Other problems with it is the kick system, obviously, but they fixed that a little bit. But obviously, people troll. They'll do a really long game that's like Firestarter, 3 days. It'll take a while to get to the end. It's a really nice payday and really nice XP, right? Now what they'll do, just before everybody gets into the van, he won't get into the van, so the game won't end, and he'll just kick everybody and then just finish himself, just to be a troll and stuff like that.
I don't know, I think it's some very poor design decisions there.
Yeah, well, they have that kicking problem. They fixed it now. Basically, you can there's put a new feature in the filtering system where you can actually search for games that have kicking disabled, and the host of the game can opt into that. He can change the settings when he hosts a game. You would have seen it as you hosted this one. It'll give you the option to turn kicking system on or off. And
but that's a little unfair though, because if the host is a troll, then and he's turned it off, how can he be kicked?
Well, if he's turned it off and he's trolling, then you just sort of have to avoid his name again, I guess.
I don't know. It seems like very poor design for me, like that they didn't put a whole lot of thought into how people actually play the game, because let's be honest, people will always be trolling in games.
Yeah, they will, and there's nothing you can do to stop it, really. I mean,
well, there is, like, make sure that the kick feature can include the host would be good. Make sure that the host doesn't determine if it's kickable or not, because I don't know, I think it's piss poor way of doing it.
Vote kick system.
Like similar to Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, I admit, yeah, it would have been good with a vote kick system, but at the moment only the host can kick people, and it's not a vote. It's just if he chooses to kick you, you're gonna get kicked. I mean, the Steam community's up in arms about it, and they've got guides online to how to be a good player in game and just to, you know, avoid getting kicked and stuff.
I just think, given how far we've advanced with internet gaming, they should have maybe put a bit more fucking thought into it. Anyway, so go back to what we were doing here. So there's the plan. We have assets. They're like additional stuff you can buy, isn't it? To give you like information or camera codes or something, isn't it?
Yeah, basically the most prominent ones are ammo bag, doctor bag, which will give you medic bags and ammo bags in game already. They're inside the place. There'll be an inside man who's put them there for you.
Okay. And then we're on to loadout. So that's just basically picking your weapons, your armor, and whatever tools you want. I should actually probably use a silenced pistol here, shouldn't I?
If you want, no, there's no point, mate, because with two people it's going to be very hard to stealth it. You can't, well, actually...
Bronco it is.
Yeah, just...
I should point out, I hate the game, but I do love my revolver, the Bronco.
Yeah, I'm going to bring an ammo bag because, unfortunately, my rifle only has 40 rounds total, so...
Jesus.
We're going to need that.
So, we're going to click ready there and start the game up, finally.
Thank you for being patient, audience.
That's assuming anybody's left watching at this stage. Let's be honest, I'm not that famous.
Well, I don't know, those Team Fortress videos you did got quite a lot of views on them.
I think that was because I got them up before anybody else realised.
Yeah. Well, basically on this one, guys, right, you've got... Obviously, you're out on the street, and you've got civilians walking down the street. Sometimes you'll have, where I am here, there'll be a police car and a hot dog stand, and they're buying their hot dogs and stuff.
I would like to point out one thing. I fraps record PlanetSide, Team Fortress, everything else, and I have no issues. This game I'm having serious issues.
Yeah, because and
the graphics aren't that good in it, compared to PlanetSide, like...
It's not so much the graphics, but it's the RAM that it's using.
But even so, like the map size, I'm just going to, before we start the mission, I'll show people the map size. So walking along, and walking along. Okay, and there we are, invisible wall. I can't run any faster.
Let's think of it this way, okay? You're in a bank heist, and you can't...
No, I'm not thinking the concept of the game, I'm thinking now for RAM, okay? For performance issues, for such small maps with very little interactivity and physics, it just seems to me that there's some serious issues there, you know what I mean?
Well, they've got a lot of animations in, haven't they? They've got the cop
Not
cars
really.
that drive up,
Like, you walk around there, just walking around there, the way the characters move even isn't very realistic.
I know, but during the assaults, I mean, you've got helicopters that come in to drop the zipline bloody...
So does Grand Theft Auto, and it looks better, and on Fraps it plays a lot better.
That's because it's a different engine.
Yeah, so this is a shit engine.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest, this is a pretty shit engine.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I have to have my graphics on lowest, otherwise I do lag.
Okay, so we're going to try to start this mission here. Like, I mean, just look at the graphics, the way you're walking. You're like somebody who had a stroke and can walk only one leg.
That's because he's forced to be slowed down, because... don't get too close to him, he'll see you.
Not that he can't see us, like, here, 10 feet away.
Hold on.
Drop it.
That was wonderfully handled, Frodo.
Well, God, they all saw me. Whoops.
Saw you? Given that he used the...
I used a silencer, come on.
Do you have C4 for the safes?
No, I have to put drills on my drills.
I'll put a drill on one.
Alright.
Now, I should point out, if you're the killing spree sort of person, this happens. You get deducted points for killing civilians.
Major's a big fan of killing innocent civilians, so I'm actually a little bit worried about him. Major, if you just break all that glass and take those S's, I'll work on the front.
Now, in the missions you can actually loot cases.
I don't like how they've made it so fast how you can cable tie people. I mean, it would, realistically, it'd take longer than how it does. Frodo
knows from personal experience.
Yeah, actually I do. I took a course when I was younger. It was
Was that the BDSM course?
no, it's now unfortunate.
Sorry, I have to.
Mate, your obsession with BDSM is getting a little bit worrying now, mate.
Hey, you're the one who started it.
And your obsession with my mother too. I mean, before this video, guys, I will tell you, he is obsessed with my mother. It's very creepy.
Oh, come on, you have a cute mother.
Is it because she's cute or because she's a lesbian?
A bit of both, to be honest. You do realise any female viewers have probably now closed the video. Oh well. Sorry about that. I like to alienate my viewer base.
Oh, it's okay.
Like, this is my point. It's a resource hog, yet look, there's no interactivity whatsoever with the environment.
Yeah, well, it's again. I I know I've used this one a couple of times now, but it's an unfinished game. It has room for improvement, and they are improving it every day. There's updates, constant updates for it. They improve filter systems, how to choose your jobs.
Now, I should point out as well, if you're hit by a car, you don't get hit by a car. It literally goes through you, clips through you, and you're grand.
Well,
Jesus,
actually,
my frame rate's going to shitter.
Yeah, there's a lot of cops out there.
Yeah, this is another thing, okay? What police department in the world sends in this many police for a jewellery heist? And then don't send in the army when you start to kill everyone.
I know, right?
Unless you're in Mexico, possibly.
If I was in America and I was the guy in charge of, what's this called? Ministry of Defense or something? I don't know. I would have tanks rolling down the fucking streets by now.
That's another thing, like, once you get in your escape vehicle, mission ends. Like, I think after you've killed most of the New York Police Department, it might be kind of difficult to just drive away.
Well, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you'll get escape scenes where you've got to...
Like, look at this, the AI, you weren't just standing there.
The cops, they ram your car and you slam into a post and you've got to hold out for another escape van and... Oops. Yeah, basically, they've got to... we have to admit, the game budget from this game wasn't big. They didn't have a huge budget for this, okay? And they did...
Well, that's for a reason the first game sucked.
I don't diss the first game, I quite enjoyed the first game, alright?
You must be the only person.
Well, actually, no.
Oh, for the love of God, I didn't even try to kill her. She literally backstepped into my machine gun.
The AI in this game is stupid, and they do like to just get up and run in front of bullets. Oh, I'm in the middle of a bank heist, I'm gonna get up and run. Bullets flying everywhere. Smart move.
Yeah, I'm not going back for those packs. Oh shit, we got a shield there. So...
Constant jamming of the drills is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's another thing as well. Like, my families are a bunch of builders. Drills do not jam half as much as these ones do.
Cheap drills are cheap.
I think that's how the construction industry got fucked in America. They use cheap drills. Seriously.
Right. We are totally screwed on this. We don't have nearly enough bags, and the cops are running off with them. Jump my bag, you piece of
That's
shit.
another thing. Like, there's civilians in the building. There's a number of dead police officers, and the police are trying to steal the loot back.
Yeah.
Just from a logic point of view, please.
Maybe they want to take it home to their wives, and
Just like, look at him. Here he is carrying the bag of loot. it's just not logical whatsoever.
Well, let's face it, their life insurance ain't covering this shit.
Now, I will admit that the gunplay, though crazy, is pretty okay. I do like the gunplay, but the specials that come in, the guy in the heavy body armor, the bomb suit,
Bulldozer, yeah.
the bulldozer, yeah. It just strikes me as, I don't know.
Yeah, the bulldozers,
Sorry, just trying to pick him up there.
They're really mean. Now, I read on the assets, you always have one on the assets. It's basically just a dossier on what police are coming against you. Now, it'll say they use something called breach charge. Now, what a breach charge is, don't any gun nuts watching this video, don't quote me on this because I'm not an expert on guns, but I think breach charges are semi-explosive rounds that are designed to blow hinges off doors, right? They're used as shotguns. And what that does is basically put a big hole in the door on the hinges so they can kick it down and get in and rush the bad guy, you know? No, that's what they use.
Now there is one other thing I'd like to point out though. Snipers, yeah? Like, these snipers in this game really do not understand cover.
No, and they suck too, don't they? I mean, I've stood still in the street before on an overkill mission, and it's taken a sniper 4 rounds to actually land a hit on me.
Oh,
I was
shit.
standing still, mind you, in complete open.
Actually, 2 secs for them, I'm just going to interrupt you a sec. This is another aspect. When you're down, you can still fire your machine gun a la Left 4 Dead. But when you're down and there's police right next to you, like here, they don't disarm you. They're not zombies, they can take your gun away. Just logically, like, I'm a police officer, I've just knocked this crazed bank robber who's murdered half my friends to the ground. I'll give him his AK, no bother.
Yeah, well, they kind of shoot you enough to stop you shooting back. I mean, and obviously you run out of ammo and stuff.
But just I don't know, I just think it's such pure bullshit. And even the gunplay, like, the gunplay is good, but it's just, I don't know, like, there's no cover system. Like, look at these guys running in the middle of the street. This guy over here. No cover, no cover, no cover. I just mowed down 3 of you. Oh, hey, how are you? Come in the main door. Come on, like, logically. Where the hell are you gone?
I'm arrested, I went down too many times.
Oh, wonderful, leave me here alone.
You got bots with you that are wearing suits.
Ah, fuck it, I'm going for a run. Try to shoot me, try to shoot me!
Hey, at least you're not trying to get the body to the van this time.
Yeah, you can actually kidnap dead bodies if you wish.
Yeah.
I gotta give the game points for that, like.
Yeah, I've come to the conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, that Major Gosnell is a necrophiliac, okay? He was adamant on getting this body into the back
How
of
can I
a
be a
van.
necrophiliac? I fancy your mother.
Who takes a body into the back of a van like that? Whoever that determined
Ted Bundy?
being shot by a Oh god.
Anyway, we failed the mission there. So, yeah, that's pretty much our argumentative review of what I think of the game and what Frodo thinks of the game.
The game is awesome.
The game is
Believe
shit.
me.
Do not buy it. Do not waste your money. Wait till it's on budget, maybe then, but do not buy the game at the moment.
I'll give you a cookie if you buy it. There you go.
He's a child molester, don't.
Oh, candy. Yeah, I feel sick now.
A little bit. Do you want me to give him your Facebook name?
No.
I'm playing with Rolf Harris. Actually, I probably shouldn't say that, given that he hasn't been convicted yet.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the video while it lasts, because in a week it's going to be banned.
Anyway, guys, listen, that's my view on the game. I think it's completely unrealistic. The gunplay is good. The gameplay is just stupid, and there's a lot of features that just make no sense whatsoever. Frodo, what would you like to say?
You're wrong. For starters,
You bastard.
it's a fantastic game, worth every penny I spent on this game. I am addicted to it. It's a very addictive game. Everybody that I've bought it for has been addicted to it.
Yeah, thanks for not buying it for me.
Well, I was going to, but you already bought it. I spent a lot of money on it, and I think it's a great game. And I am going to hijack your video a minute, Major. Anybody who wants to play with me, simply add Sergeant Frodo 75th Rifles in Steam, and I'll add you. Sergeant isn't spelt normally, it's just SGD in capital letters. I shall get Major to write it.
Well, actually, I'm going to bring up the Steam overlay there, and I'll show them your name.
Yeah, and you know, if you want to add me in Steam, have a game, feel free to, and I'll tag along with you sometime.
2 secs,
Please note
I'm just
that
bringing up your profile there now.
Yeah, I am
So, there you
better
have
than what you've seen.
If you want to add him, and look at this is a man with too much spare time on his hands. 136 hours, 232 hours, Team Fortress. Wait a second, Lord of the Rings Online, really?
Yeah, well, in Lord of the Rings Online, I was level 85 a while ago. It was just before I introduced you to Eve. I quit playing, and I'm not subscribed to it again.
I should point out this man gave me £1 billion ISK worth of stuff in Eve, free of charge. So fair juice there.
Yeah, but you better be grateful too, you know. All I have left is about 1,000 ISK and a ship I can't fly.
So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. You have both of our arguments why you shouldn't and why you should get this game. So hopefully some people, the 5 people who will probably view this video, will decide to do. So hope you all enjoyed, and hopefully see you again if there's another shit game that Frodo likes. Alright, have a good one, guys.